Hi guys, it's your pontiff ArchieLuxury, and today guys I want to talk to you about my car dilemma. And I'm a 49-year-old man, 49, and I have loved motor vehicles since I was a kid, especially luxury, sports or prestige vehicles. And I remember as a kid always being in awe of sale of the century. They had Mercedes Benzes, they had W123s on, and then I remember they had BMWs, and I remember the Alfa Romeo in the 80s, the GTV. Oh, it was so cool. That was the one in the Bond movie where he got shot into the train. You know what? I love automobiles. And the whole car market now, it's very confusing. See, I'm a simple boy. I liked it when my BMWs, you had the 3 Series, 5 Series, you had the 7 Series, and you had the 8. That was it. They didn't have SUVs. And I remember going to a BMW, the launch of the E36, that's the 3 Series in 91. And they said BMW will never release a front wheel drive car. Sure enough, they did. The 2 and the 1 Series. Absolutely, it's crackers. And I'm disappointed, you know, when you looked at the back of a Beamer in my day. I mean, a 325i was a 2.5 liter 6. You looked at a 5 Series, 535i, that was a 3.5 liter. You know, it was easy to understand. Anyhow, the whole world has gone into SUVs now. SUVs. Anyhow, the car situation. We've got a situation now where not only SUVs have become the new darling child, but we've always had gasoline and petrol, gasoline and diesel. Now we got EV, hybrids. And I'm not sure if I like the hybrids. I'm not sure. I mean, they're just lacking soul. They are lacking soul. That's what they're missing. So, for me, what I wanted to do is, I'm not ready to buy a luxury or prestige car. But what I wanted to do is, in a couple years' time, by the time I was in my 50s, early 50s, I would have loved to have bought a 4 to 6 year old BMW or a Mercedes and enjoyed it for a while. My dad did that. He had the C250. I helped him get it. It was $27,000, and you know what? It had 50,000 Ks on it. It was a nice car. You could get it at a, you know, big. It was less than half. But you know, this whole crazy car market now. There's this shortage. We've got COVID. Then we had the chip shortage. Production was scaled back. Now, second-hand cars have gone through the roof. New cars are selling for a premium. No dealer discounting. And ideally, I was going to buy my dad's Mercedes C200. I wanted to pay about $35,000 for it. I would put in half and borrow the rest. The problem is that car is now worth a lot more. It's not, I won't get one for 35. That's the problem. And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't really want to pay a premium for one of these Euro trash cars. Plastic cogs, plastic water pumps, a lot of plastic in them. They're a good car whilst they're under warranty, but you're not going to get the longevity out of these things. They're not going to last. And that's kind of what concerns me. My whole car situation. You got gasoline, diesel, and EV. I've never been a big diesel fan. EV, it's got no soul. There's no soul. It's like a quartz watch. No soul. If I go petrol, you know, I love classic cars. I loved cars. I've always loved cars. And I'm thinking, you know what? It may not be my time. See, I can remember before COVID, cars are always expensive in Australia. Compared to you Americans, cars were expensive. And we've also got a different dollar. Our dollar, one Aussie dollar, is 70 cents. So the American currency is about 30% stronger. So when I talk about prices, they sound really dear, but if you convert the currency, they're not ridiculously more expensive. You want to talk ridiculous pricings, go to Singapore. Cars are obscene. So the thing is, okay, so the thing is this, in cars, I start to think, what sort of car do I want? And I'm a confused guy. I am confused. I'd normally like a 3 Series or a C-Class. And then you say, you know what, Archie, Mercedes, that German stuff, plastic cogs, plastic parts. Get a Lexus, get an IS. Well, guess what? In Australia, Lexus Australia decided they pulled the IS line. It failed. So Lexus decided to drop the IS line because it failed. It didn't get a 5-star rating for one of the ANCAT, that's the Australian safety tests. So now our base model Lexus, well, our starting point is the ES, which is kind of boring. I love the GS, but Lexus dropped that. I don't want to get an ES. That's a wealthy grandpa's car. I wanted an IS. IS prices have gone up on the secondary market due to the chip shortage and craziness that COVID created. And yeah, so Mercedes, well, Mercedes-Benz, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? 3 years ago, I helped my dad buy a brand new C200. I haggled like a bitch. Retail price was 70-odd thousand. I managed to get him a C200 in white, vanilla, and it was 58,000. Guess what? Mercedes-Benz has introduced fixed price, full retail, no discounting, from January of next year. Also, all Mercedes are selling at retail anyhow because of the supply problem. A BMW 3 Series, that's going to set me back for a 320i, that's going to set me back about 70 to 80,000. I don't really want to spend that much. Before COVID, I could buy a demonstrator 520i BMW, high 50s. So I got to tell you, the whole car market's crazy. Honda's gone ballistic. Can you believe this? They've now gone to a fixed pricing model, and the brand new, they've only got one model of Civic now. It's 47,200. 47,000? Are they out of their mind? Then you look at, I wouldn't mind a Camry. A Camry supply problem. You know what? Suddenly, all these cars, I don't know if I really want to pay full retail for one. Full retail. I like a haggling. I want a discount. I want a deal. I'd preferably like to get a 2 to 3 year old car, and that's the way I like to do things. But it's a disaster. There's nothing there. No great savings. So you look at, and Mercedes, they just dropped the SLK, which we called it in our country, and SLC, they dropped it. No longer have that little baby convertible. I gotta be honest with you, man. I don't want to pay full whack for a car. This is a car that will last 5 years before you start to have expensive plastic cogs breaking. I don't want that. I don't really want that. So I've got to be totally honest with you guys. Nothing I can feel in my head here really says I want a Mercedes, a BMW, a Lexus. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, then I say, well, let's get a Camry. Camry's a bit of a gas hog. Maybe a Corolla. Corolla's 30 grand now. 30,000. You know what? I don't desperately need to have a car. I don't have to have one. I had dreams of getting a Porsche. 5-year-old Boxster. Man, they're going for crazy money. 80,000? Ridiculous. For a second-hand Porker? No, thank you. And I don't really want to pay for the upkeep of that sort of car. So all the cars now, then they go in EV. You got hybrids in Lexus. Hybrids and batteries and oh my God. I don't think these cars have much soul. No soul. They're just fake. I don't need this shit. I don't need it anymore. I don't want it anymore. Fake. Completely bullshit sort of cars. I don't need that stuff anymore. I think I'll stick. I don't need this stuff. You know what? I'm losing interest in cars. Really losing interest. Plastic cogs, expensive repairs. I just keep the Civic going. Nothing excites me anymore in the automotive sense. I find it very unstimulating. Full price. I'm not paying full price. I don't want that shit. I don't want to pay the big premium. I don't want that. So, I look at cars. I'd love to get a little sports car. I don't like the MX-5. I don't like the current model. Okay? I don't like it. The ND. I don't like the ND. The NCs, they're going for crazy money. Then I look at like a Mercedes SLK, SLC, or a Z4. Too bloody expensive. I don't want that European garbage. Then I look at a sedan, a 3 Series or a C-Class or a, unreliable plastic cogs. I'll get a Lexus. Lexus, they just dropped the IS line. That's not much good. Then I say, well, how about I get a Camry? Camry, gas hog. I don't know if I want a gas hog. Then I look at a Corolla, and I'm thinking, none of this stuff is inspiring. I want to go for a drive with the wife, go for a drive in the mountains, have fun. I don't want an electric battery. I don't want to drive around on a battery, I want something beautiful and with passion. Cars now, they just don't do anything for me. They don't make me excited. I just don't feel excited. They're expensive, full price. I don't want any of that shit. I really don't want that shit. I had enough of it. I don't want to pay full whack. I don't want to pay full retail prices. I don't want that shit. I don't want high prices, full prices, no discounting. Well, stick it up your ass. Stick it up your ass. I don't want to pay full price. I don't like full price. Never liked it. Never have. There's nothing I really want. Alexis, do I want a Lexus? I'd love a Lexus. They don't make the IS. It all sucks. You know that? It all sucks. And there's nothing in cars I want. I'm not paying full sticker for a piece of plastic cog garbage. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.